For those of you who enjoy watching my channel, this probably doesn't come as a shock to you, but Disney has decided to remove the prince from the new fairy tale. And this is a trend that we've been noticing not just with Disney, but with Western entertainment. They are incapable of creating romance anymore. Remember when I grew up, especially in the 90s, men were being made fun of that we do not enjoy romantic films, that we do not cry at movies. And that's not true. I remember crying at Lion King. I remember crying at certain romantic Disney films. And I think like all of the men in my classroom like the Disney classics. Like we loved Mulan, we loved Pocahontas. At least here in Romania, I don't know how it was in other places, but here in Romania we were definitely overtaken by Disney's magic. But unfortunately, once the diversity firings became a thing, where people who posted something problematic on Twitter got fired, and most of the talent from these companies were gone, they got replaced by people who do not have life experiences. I mean, I genuinely believe that these writers just cannot even comprehend how an actual romance between two human beings would play out. I don't know why this is. Like, maybe they grew up in households with only one parent, or maybe their parents didn't love them or something. But, like, I'm listening to them on Twitter. I'm listening to these writers when, they have a chance to speak, and the actors as well. And they seem to be completely disconnected from the human concept of love. Like they just cannot imagine how it's like for a man to love a woman. And I'm not saying this as in a pornographic sense. I'm talking about like genuine feelings of love. Like the woman sees a man that she likes and he likes her as well, and there's no plot twist. There is no subverting of the expectations. Like, she doesn't want to cheat on him, he's not abusive. No, it's just like, that's it. They love each other. There is nothing more to look into. This is like that is the whole thing, right? Like, they're a couple, they're together. You don't get that at all. And I genuinely think like these writers being so disconnected from this human emotion, it makes sense that they're unable to write about it. Like they cannot write a love scene. In fact, you see how they criticize stuff that was made before. Right? So like the new actress of Snow White, she criticizes the fairy tale Snow White. You have people criticizing Baby It's Cold Outside. You have people criticizing Han Solo from Star Wars. Like, all these activists, again, like, they're looking at actual human emotions of love, and they're looking at it with disdain, with hatred, with disgust. And instead, they're writing different types of stories where men and women seem to be like in two different groups, and they're competing with each other. Usually men are evil, and women are oppressed. And the actual, I guess, the actual love can only exist between two women. And we see this with Barbie, the movie. We get to see this with, I think it's called Maleficent, right? Like the Sleeping Beauty adaptation from Disney, where the whole curse can be broken if she receives one true kiss. But like no one in the kingdom is capable of giving that kiss except for like her adoptive mother. Like that is what these writers understand. That there is no romance between men and women, right? The men are the oppressors, and there may be some good men which need to become good obedient allies, but they should never like lift their head over the activist, basically. And also, like, you can see that the talent from Disney is gone. Apparently, there were talks in making Wish 2D again in order to celebrate. I think, like, Disney is making, like, 100 years of animation or something, and they could have a celebration. And they were thinking for a while to go back to 2D for one movie, but then they decided against it, saying that 2D doesn't offer the same movements as 3D does, which is complete horseshit. Like, go watch Tarzan or go watch Attack on Titan when Eren is flying through the rooftops, and tell me that you cannot have fast movement with 2D. Like, just complete hogwash. But no, the idea is that they legitimately do not have the talent that can pull it off. So Wish, and I'll give this to Wish, by the way. Like, one thing that I will give it, it's at least an original thing. Like not a remake, not a sequel, not a prequel. I don't remember the last time Disney decided to do something original, so here we go. So Wish is being marketed as the ultimate Disney movie. Again, you know, like, this is hubris, I would say. Just because you have the brand, you have the logo, and you have the company doesn't mean you have the same legends that used to work at Disney back in the day. And to compare your modern garbage with the classics that you can't stop milking for money is ridiculous. Like, I don't think Wish is ever going to get a remake like Snow White does, you know? But it is what it is. So they think that this is actually going to be better than everything Disney did, right? The ultimate Disney movie. But even with its singing heroine, animal sidekick, and watercolor-inspired designs, it's still missing a crucial ingredient to the formula. Although the studio is built on the foundations of princess stories, the prince archetype seems to be dying off. There's nothing against female empowerment, but not every male audience member will identify with characters from Star Wars Marvel. Yeah, I mean, you don't really need to have, like, every single Disney story be a romantic story. Like, it's fine if one or two don't follow the formula. But when you see that every single one doesn't, and when you see that the actors and the writers are even against the concept of love, you start asking questions, is what I'm saying. And again, like, if your company is renowned worldwide for its romance stories that even men like, which men like usually don't like romance, it's just a bizarre thing. Now, if you want to go from an ideological perspective, I can see why American corporations prefer if people don't get married and live happily ever after. Because they don't want an employee which has to go home after 8 hours to a nagging wife. And the wife goes like, why did you spend more time at work? When are you spending more time with me? They don't like that, right? What the corporations want are men who are divorced and have children, because you need to work hard in order to pay for the child support. And when you get home, you don't have a wife. Instead, you can use the computer to answer more letters from customers, work overtime without being afraid that when you get home you're going to have some nagging wife. And yeah, I do think that corporations enjoy the idea of men who do not have these obligations. Let me know what you guys think, though, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.